Hello BabyQueers and welcome back to my channel. It is time for some classic me IRL. Again, we like calling ourselves out, and this is somehow more broadly relatable, but somehow calls us out just as much. But you know the drill. Before we call ourselves out, go get hydrated, grab some water or some tea or whatever else you like to drink, and then we'll look at some memes. Are you hydrated? Good, let's go. You know, you get new brain wrinkles when you learn something. But this is my brain after 3 years of French class. Literally, I had French for 4 years actually, I think. Or 5. Probably even 5. I remember absolutely nothing. The only thing I actually clearly remember is je ne sais quoi, which means I don't know, which is probably just because I needed it that much in French class. Yeah, I'm a PC player. What do I think about console players? Honestly, they're just having fun. Everyone should be allowed to play what they want. Yes. That's kind of the thing. Like, it's one of those things. Like, if you do it as smack talk, just kind of like, haha, it was so much better because we're PC players. You know, like, it can be funny. You know, but in most contexts, you just take it way too serious. Like, you have these people, but like, no, console players are absolute shit. Like, that's not gaming. Like, dude, it's literally, they're playing a game. That's gaming. You know, and I don't get it. You know, but this dude gets it. He's nice about it. Okay, my girlfriend called me immature, so I banned her from my card box squad. That's just fair. Listen, if y'all's girlfriend wants to call you immature for something like this, they're no fun. But that being said, if you're always like this, I can kind of see her point, you know? But if you have a partner who can be serious, but then also turn around and build a card box fort with you, I would be very much here for that. I'm just worried that it's outside and is gonna get like wet and soggy, but apart from that, I would have helped you. I'd be a good girlfriend, come on. Me, telling my mom a secret. My mom the next day. Y'all, the family members who can't actually keep secrets. Like, you tell someone something, and then like half a day later, like the entire family knows, and you got people calling and be like, hey, wait, I heard you're going through this thing, or listen. I'm pretty sure my sisters wouldn't be like this. Like, if I were to call my sister and be like, hey, I need to tell you something, but it's a secret, like, please don't tell the others. They would, but parents are tricky like that. Don't tell everyone. Come on, like, there's a reason they say it's a secret. Me, needing an extremely specific step-by-step tutorial. A random YouTuber with a foreign accent and 12 subscribers. I have never been in this situation, but it's good to know that they exist. You know? Because sometimes you need advice. That's okay. And honestly, didn't YouTube start as a whole, like, tutorial kind of thing? Am I imagining that, or was that literally what it was for originally? Because honestly, I kind of love the channels that do this, to kind of like give helpful tips. And there's also like this dad channel called Dad How Do I or something, which is just like all the stuff you would ask your dad, like if you don't have a dad, or if your dad's just kind of not useful for that kind of thing. Because honestly, we can't all be good at stuff, you know? But it's just funny, and it's very helpful, you know? I like if I need to do something, tutorials, yes. Cop, is there anything in the car I should know about? Me, nah, just stuff you shouldn't know about. Cool, have a good day. And that's not my privilege. Like, listen, they're probably not gonna think it's funny if you do it, but if you're white, you could probably get away with it. You know, just play it off as a joke, but maybe don't do this in real life. You know, depending on where you live, that might end very badly, but kind of fair. Like, why is he not minding his own business? You know, like, what's in your car is kind of your business. Come on. Okay, so our Spanish teacher was making us describe pictures of a lot of weird objects in class, and she put this picture on the side. A girl wrote, "A pair of glasses for Mike Wazowski," and the chat went insane. Okay, but how is he gonna fit his little ball head into it? Like, I know he only has one eye, but how is he gonna fit that thing around his head? They look way too narrow. Come on. It's gonna give little Mikey a headache. Please think about Mikey's head, and don't squeeze his head in like this. Come on. But apart from that, it'd kind of be fair. Friends are always welcome. Relatives strictly appointment only. Okay, literally. Like, literally. Surprise visits for my family would be like the worst thing ever. Like, I don't like surprise visitors in general. But at the same time, if you're just like very bored, or you just like really need some company and you just like show up unannounced, I'm gonna be okay with them. It's just like, yeah, no, sure, whatever. You know, I'll help you, or like at least be there for you. But family, listen, make an appointment like 3 months beforehand. We're like doctor territory of appointments only. Like, don't be calling 2 days before. I need more space to prepare for it, then forget about it, and then remember again to prepare some more for it. Like, mentally, you know? Okay, I'm no longer going to spend money on silly things. Me 2 minutes later. No, but that's just adorable. Come on. Listen. Is it kind of useless? Yes. But does it bring you joy? Also, yes. So if it brings you joy, it's not actually that useless. You know, if you're a minimalist, you're gonna be very offended that I said it about some silly little toothpaste cap, but listen, it's adorable. It's adorable. The thought of having to clean it eventually would keep me from buying it actually, but I can understand why you did. Why do you want to work for us? Do you know that feeling when you're very hungry but can't afford food? Do you mean starving? Yes, and I don't want to experience it again. Realistic answers in job interviews are not necessarily gonna get you anywhere, but it is the kind of answer that is entirely fair, actually. Like, why do you want to work for this company in particular? Well, I don't, I just need money. You know? Like, listen, most people aren't gonna have this burning passion for a certain company or a certain job. And honestly, that's okay, we all need money. Like, as long as they show up and do their job properly, who really cares? But a helpful side hint, maybe don't say it in a job interview if you want the job. When you just sneezed for the 4th time and instead of saying bless you, they say shut the fuck up. Okay, literally? People who go to work sick or like be in public sick are just kind of annoying. Like, if you're sick, go home. Go home. I know we all like have to go to work sometimes, even if we're sick. But listen, I can understand telling someone to shut up versus telling, like, continuously saying bless you, right? Because also people who make their kids go to school sick, they just like have a full-on cold. They have to blow their nose out like every 10 minutes. They're breathing super loudly because their freaking nose is clogged up. And then they're like sneezing or coughing the entire time. Why? Y'all, stop spreading your germs, my god. You know, I don't have a train of thought. I have 7 trains on 4 tracks that narrowly avoid each other when the paths cross and all the conductors are screaming. Yes, it do be like that some days. It do be like that. Some days no trains are running at all, you know, but some days kind of end up like this. Oh well. I would say it's kind of okay because you kind of get used to it, but still, I think we would all prefer it if our thoughts wouldn't be doing this. If I just keep posting more memes on the internet, someone will eventually love me. Right? Well, sending memes to each other is literally its own love language by now. I mean, not officially, obviously, but it kind of counts, right? Because it's like, I thought it was funny, so I'm gonna send it to you because I think you'll like it and like get some joy out of it as well, so I'm gonna send it to you. Does it count as gift giving? Because it's not actually like a gift. I'm not sure what it like would fall under of the 5 classic love languages, but it is. So creating memes to send to people or post them to make people happy, maybe, but no one knows who the fuck you are, so probably not, but still, maybe. Some guy in my class, rich parents. Look how far I climbed, and I'm not even tired. The lack of perspective is astounding. It is astounding, and to an extent I can understand, because my parents weren't like super rich, but we were also not like struggling, and it took me a while to actually appreciate that, to know just how much other people, even from a young age, were very much aware that their parents were like very close on money and that they had to like actually be like very careful on how they spend it. And it takes me a long time to appreciate it, but if your parents are actually that rich, you'd know. So the lack of perspective is still absolutely astounding, even to me. Wife, the car's not starting. The dashboard shows a sign of a person sitting on the toilet. Wait, what? Send a picture. She has a point, you know? I mean, your car should still start, even if it's -degrees, but she has a point. That is what it looks like. And listen, it was probably in the morning. She was tired. She's not awake enough to think about this stuff, you know? Like, on first thought, that's literally what it looks like. I'm sorry, but she has a point. Spam can better a burger, right? Ad hidden. We will try not to show you this ad again. Why did you hide it? It's not relevant. I already own this. I keep seeing this. It's offensive or inappropriate. It's spam. I hate you. You have a point, but I hate puns. Just because you're right doesn't mean you're right. You know? Now here's an accurate representation of like 90% of us actually flirting, because are you flirting with me? I'm trying. I have no idea what I'm doing. Yeah, literally, just no. Like, especially for the queer people, or like the queer women who try to flirt with other women at least. I feel like they probably struggle the most, but I wouldn't know how to flirt either, so I'm not even coming for you. I feel you, you know, with the difference that I'm actually trying to flirt. And I think if I was trying to flirt, I'd be just as frustrated by it. As per my previous email, corporate, passive-aggressive doesn't convey the right level of rage. It's amazing you can type when you can't even read. Spicy. Opportunity to attach a photo of aloe vera for the bun. Can say, it was a compliment when you're being disciplined for it. Listen. The longer you work at any given job, the more tempting I feel it gets to send these kind of response to people, or like tell them over the telephone when they call with like the dumbest bullshit again, to be like, hey, listen, how's this thing work? Like, dude, you've been doing this for 5 years. I've been here half a year. If you don't know, I don't know. I don't know how to help you, man. Listen, it's too tempting. And some days, it is way too tempting. And I am only waiting for the day I am actually gonna pull some of these on, those colleagues. Those that keep pushing it. At some point, they're gonna get some replies they're probably not gonna like. Me, a subject I'm interested in. Anyone who will listen. Okay, listen. It looked very nicely. Like, I kind of like this analogy, because the coffee, you can see like the nice foam on top with like, when someone put an effort to make it look nice beforehand. So it looked nice. So someone was like, this person looks like nice and put together, but then you kind of throw up word vomit on them because he's so passionate about this subject. And it's just funny. It's funny to me. I'm not gonna think about the fact that you actually spilled coffee, because that's just sad. But still. Having a random thought. Amazon ad for the same thing. Oh. It's so bad. Like, it's bad enough. I don't want to say the word right now. We were talking about a brand once because we were designing a logo at my old job, and it looked like a Lemonade's logo in a way. We changed it after that, but it looked like that, and we said that brand's name a few times. I think right now I don't get those ads anymore, but I've gotten them for like a year after that. And I never had ads of that before, because I don't know, I just didn't. But then I had it. But having thoughts about something and then getting it is so much creepier. It's just creepy, my god. Don't be sneaking up on us like this. Okay, if you want to know how my week is going, I just took a pillowcase out of the dryer, put it over my head thinking it was a t-shirt to wet bed. I spent 15 seconds inside of it searching for the neck hole and then mumbled, what is this, pants? Okay, listen, I mean, you're probably having a week, but you're also tired, right? You're like trying to go to bed, so you just grab a random t-shirt. I can see why, but this is still some next level of dumbassery that I can understand. I feel for you, man. It literally, this would happen to me if I were short of bed. Yeah, no. Does the process know that we're trusting it? You know how when someone's like, no, I have like total faith in you, then you can do this. And you've done it a million times and you know how to do it. But then the second someone says that, you can't do it anymore. I feel like we need to stop telling the process that we're trusting it, because we're making it nervous. And then it's not working anymore. You know, don't put the pressure on the process. Then it's not gonna work. It's gonna get anxious and scared and just mess up. Don't do it. I pilot the Flesh Beast, not because I want to, but because I must. And that's just human experience summarized, isn't it? Because literally, it doesn't look too human, but that's literally what we do. We weren't asked, do we want to be here? Maybe. Maybe we do, maybe we don't, but listen, you kind of must pilot it anyways. Oh, we have another one of these. Let's see. So, what makes you want to work for this company? In my past life, I was a serial murderer who kept victims in dark basement alone for years at a time. As penance, I wish to endure a lifetime of database management. Well, 20% of your time would be customer service. Okay, I wasn't that bad. Listen. If you worked in customer service, or in general with any kind of customer really, you can meet the nicest people that are just like super chill, like even if things like take longer than they originally thought or expected, they're just like, oh well, I mean, if you can't actually make it fast, that's fine, you know, just like send it to us when you can or whatever it is. Fine. You meet the most chill people and like most of them are probably gonna be pretty relaxed. But then you just have these few people that just mess it up so badly for everyone. That literally, what did we do to deserve this? What did we do? Come on. Response timing. On a good day. It happens. On a bad day. Oh, I can't take this anymore. On a neutral day. Just this is, no, listen, this is actually me on a bad day. Because I'm just standing there like, that didn't just happen. That didn't just happen, right? Can I just, no. And then I just stand there for like 3 minutes, just contemplating if I should just like throw myself on the ground next to it. So, yeah. On a good day, you just move on, but... oh well. Asian parents be like, Rainworld, forcing my children to relive my past trauma. I'm not saying I wish it was only Asian parents, because no one actually deserves to go through this, obviously. But if it was only Asian parents, the rest of the world's kids would kind of grow up more well-adjusted than they currently are, because a lot of parents do this. Yeah, it's too many. Two or one parent would already be too many, but it is way too entirely many. Dear mother-in-law, stop telling me how to raise my kids. I live with one of yours and I've seen your work. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into it. I have done videos on entitled parents before, and that's like the worst of the worst, but still. I feel like there are a million ways to be a bad parent, and they keep finding new ways, and I kind of want to be impressed, because hey, you're being creative, you're coming up with new ways, but since it's kind of to traumatize your children, or at least that's the outcome, I'm not that impressed, I'm just worried. Okay, why does dark end with a K and not a C? I don't know why, because you can't see in the dark. I understand this reaction. We've been over this. I hate puns. I can understand this reaction. Listen, I know he ends up beating up all of these dudes, but still, I very much understand this reaction. You know, it is important to acknowledge and celebrate your feelings. I'm stressed. Great. Well, I mean, listen. It's funny. Because it's just accurate. Listen. But they do still have a point. If you don't acknowledge your feelings, you can't find ways to deal with them, or like deal with the situation or similar situations in the future better than you are now. Because you don't get stressed for, well, if you have anxiety, you might, but for like no reason, right? There's like always an underlying cause. And if you can acknowledge that you're stressed, you can kind of work on the underlying cause. So it is actually important, but still, if someone wants to throw like a stress party, I'd be here for that. You know, being alive is great because there are so many different vegetables you can saute, but then there are also the horrors. Yeah, general life tip, maybe try focusing on the positive thing versus the negative things. You're always gonna find negative things to worry about and to stress about and be sad about, sure. But that's not really a productive use of anyone's time. So the more you kind of try to focus on the positive and on the nice things, if you like sauteing vegetables, hey listen, you can always find new vegetables to saute, you know? And like, perfect the art of sauteing your vegetables. I don't know, man, I don't cook that much, but listen, focus on the positive is what I'm trying to say. Coworker, so how long did you sleep for? Me, 8 hours? Minutes? Yeah, you look like it. But then again, if you can produce your own electricity, do you really need sleep? Because I'm not sure Fester slept a day in his life, really, but still, you're a human. You kind of need more than 8 minutes of sleep. You know, but listen, some days might not work. For some days, you might just have to deal with 8 minutes of sleep, you know? He'll only stay a few days until we find him a home. Yeah. This almost happened to me, okay? Because one evening, there was like a meowing. I was in the kitchen, like kind of packing up my lunch for the next day for work, and there was this meowing like I heard outside my door. And I live in like an apartment building, so I opened the door because I was like, is this noise in my head? Is it in my head? And some cat literally sprinted into my apartment. I had no idea whose cat it was, so I was like, okay, well, I guess you're staying for now. I put up a note outside, though, and the next day, luckily, someone came to pick it up, because otherwise, I would have a cat now, and these videos will be either way more cute because it keeps showing up, or way more chaotic because it will keep messing with stuff while I'm filming. We're not gonna find out because it was picked up, but it was really cute. Someone sent you a picture of a dog. Tell him I love him. No, you do it. I'll show him, just text it. Oh, okay, I love you, Max. I think Max loves you too, look at that face. But also, how could you not love Max? Look at him, he's adorable. I mean, I'm kinda glad I don't have pets, but sometimes it's tempting, you know? Because they're adorable. They're just adorable. Look at that face. And the fluffy paws. You know? So anyways, if you do have a pet, go pet them for me. If they enjoy being pet, don't let your cat scratch you because they hate being pet, you know? But if they enjoy it, go pet them for me, please. And finish your drink while you're at it. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed these memes. I hope you feel called out as well, because I can't be the only one. That's not why I do this. If I wanted to feel called out alone, I wouldn't make videos. So you better feel called out too. But yeah, I'm gonna make myself some more coffee now, and I will see you in 3 days.